Hello everyone, it's me Clayton. I just finished watching episode 6 of She-Hulk. And after the last week's episode, which had Titania try to use the She-Hulk name to sell her beauty products, this is when Jennifer Walters gets to attend her friend's wedding, while her other friend tries to defend this Immortal Guy who has a ton of legal trouble due to the various women he married, and when it comes to the fact that he can't die, which has caused him to pull many stunts to get out of many different issues. Let's get to the story. Well, that's basically the story at this point. And I will say that this episode did have some funny moments, which is more than I can say for some of these episodes. I liked the Immortal Guy's segments mainly because his stunts are so freaking ridiculous I can't help but laugh. Like when She-Hulk's friend and this lawyer named Mallory are arguing with each other, the Immortal Guy just decides to jump out of the window to seemingly commit suicide. But turns out he's just fine. His whole immortality thing is actually legit, and he just crashes into a car and comes out like nothing happened. I'll admit, that joke by itself is pretty funny. And even the scenes where the Immortal Guy has his various wives who are coming in to try and get money after the various things that he's done to either avoid them or to basically inconvenience them. And honestly, some of the things that they come up with for why he deserves to compensate them, some of those are pretty funny too. Like there's a jazz funeral put in there. There's when he tries to give the women an equal amount of money from settlements from they got from years ago. They try to argue over who should get more based on how much they've suffered. Those are kind of funny. And even Jen's wedding has a couple of humorous moments, like her getting drunk at the party, and even the wedding fight had its bits, like the big fight of the episode being interrupted by Titania tripping on ice and breaking her teeth. I always thought Titania in the series was basically kind of a shallow version of herself, but then again, she is sort of supposed to be a parody of those shallow, clout-chasing celebrities, and I think she does those pretty well. But, of course, we get to the big ending point of the episode, where it turns out there's this entire website of She-Hulk haters who are basically going to be antagonists of the episode, that basically, it's like the series is trying to villainize the haters of the series. And when you villainize the fans of something, or at least the haters of a show, it almost never works out. Look how well it worked out for Teen Titans Go when they mocked the people who were criticizing that series. Those episodes are often considered the worst ones of the bunch because if you constantly attack the people who watch your show, especially if they have genuine constructive criticism, you're just going to make yourself look like you're easily offended and you can't take any criticism. And if you can't take any criticism, then why the heck are you even writing in the first place? They could have easily just ignored this sort of criticism, or at the very least, failing that, they could listen to the criticism and actually make improvements to the show's genuinely bad decisions. But nope, they're instead going to double down and actively antagonize the people who hate them, which just makes me think that this show's rating is going to go even lower at this point. You could argue all day about how some people have gone a little too far when it comes to their hatred of the series, but ultimately, they're just going to make this worse by fanning the fire. So, even though this episode did have some moments that I consider genuinely funny, this probably won't last in the long run. And where the hell is Daredevil? Is he going to finally show up these last 3 episodes or what? Anyways, see you next week.